the cloud? Okay. Okay, hi everybody. This is Miss Haley with the Loveland Public Library. We're so glad that you joined us today for Uke'n Play Ukulele with the Rocky Mountain Ukulele Orchestra and with Gary specifically. And we're so happy to have you. Just some little reminders. If you don't have your ukulele with you, please grab it. If you don't have a ukulele, you can just listen along and still learn. And if you have made your own ukulele for our kids' craft kit bags this month, go ahead and make sure you grab that. And I am going to be keeping track of the chat room. So if you have questions for Gary, send them along. And we will have a Q&A at the end of our session. And what else is there? If you don't, this session is being recorded. So if you don't feel like possibly being on a video, go ahead and just stop your video. That button is in your lower left-hand corner. So I think that's it. And take it away, Gary. Thank you.
Off we go. Hi, everybody. Thank you for being here. My name's Gary, and I am the director, founder, conductor, all these important jobs at the Rocky Mountain Ukulele Orchestra, which is celebrating as of today our 9th anniversary. We haven't been playing together. We've been doing everything on Zoom, of course, just like all of you. We are all living virtually through our laptops. And so what I want to do today, I'm going to give you basically what our standard issue library class, we'll be doing it here in this condensed form. Some things are going to go really well. Some things are going to go horribly at your house. It doesn't matter. It's a matter of we're going to get you up and running, get you started. And then obviously feel free, use the chat bar as much as you want. Haley is going to interrupt me as time goes along. If you have a question that doesn't seem to be getting answered right off the bat, I am perfectly fine with being interrupted and all of that stuff. So don't feel like you have to wait to ask questions. The packet that you have in front of you, I know Haley sent out packets for most of you. The big thing that I'll need for you to have is just have that available. We're only going to use it when we get to the discussion about Frere Jacques on there. But before that, we're just going to play. We won't really even need to look at the music. And probably the more you look at the music, the more it takes your eyes off of what I'm doing up here. And that will kind of make it probably harder. So just don't worry about the paperwork yet. I will talk you through all of it. The main problem we have right now is to get you tuned up. That's the job number one. So what I want you to do is get your ukulele held like this. Your left hand is on the neck over here, and your right hand is over on the body. For some of you are lefties, and I know I worked with a left-handed activist at one point to find out, hey, is this okay? Am I doing some sort of culturally really inappropriate thing by having left-handed players play right-handed? And we decided after an entire, about 6 weeks we worked on, that really, this is fine. This is fine. So if you're, it's not like the scissors. Those of you who are lefties and they're like, yeah, just use the regular scissors. It's fine. And remember, it's not fine. Ukulele is very different than that. So you're going to have to learn some skills with your left hand and some skills with your right hand. And so it doesn't really matter whether you play left-handed or right-handed. It's going to be better to play with a right-handed pattern, right hand on this side, left-handed on this side, mainly because all of the sheet music that you will run into in the world is designed with right-handers in mind. And the only thing you'll have to do is your brain will want the chords to be the mirror image of that, but you're just not going to find that out in the real world. So that's why we don't teach it that way. Now, once you're holding it here, I like for you to have this at about a 45-degree angle. A lot of people want to hold it sideways. I don't want you to hold it that way. I want you to hold it about 45-degree angle here. And, you know, this should be kind of uncomfortably close to your face. Like when you look over, you're like, whoa, there's the neck, right? And so it's going to be pretty close to your neck, to your face. And then this is like this. probably have this, the body of this, the back of this ukulele should be pressed up against here. We don't want this kind of up like this where you can see what's going on. That's not going to help you out at all. Just so basically like this. Now you notice I have a strap on my ukulele. If you decide, hey, I really love playing ukulele, I want to learn how to play it at a much higher level, you're probably going to come to the website that a couple of websites that I run, and you'll end up learning how to use your right hand and your left hand at the same time. And guess what? You're not going to be able to hold on to the ukulele. So getting a strap on your ukulele is one of those things that I recommend for just making your life easier. Then the other things is to think about when you're playing ukulele is that this is the most important thing right there. That pad of your thumb right there, okay? That goes on the back of the neck where you can't see it, okay? Can't see my thumb? That's where your thumb goes. That's where I want you to keep your thumb. If you go down the neck, it's gonna go with you. It's gonna come up here. Here's what I don't like to see, this, okay? When I see players with their thumb way up here, I know they haven't taken a good class, okay? This is going to make your life harder by having your thumb up here. So let's get that thumb down where I can't see it, you can't see it, where pretend you don't have a thumb. It's going to hang out back here, and you're going to end up being a better player by keeping your thumb back here. You might have a tendency, and I'm going to take this off for just a second, when you're playing, you might have a tendency to have your thumb go like that. We don't want that, okay? And especially I've seen this with young kids and guys. Young kids are the future of ukulele, right? So let's get it right. I've seen some players play with it. Actually, the thumb drops down here, and we don't want that. So your thumb is behind the neck. It hangs out just like this. It just rides up and down along this, and that's going to be the best. Okay, it'll mean your thumb is a little bit sore in the beginning, but we got to get the muscles strong on it. And there's 3 muscles that run your thumb. We got to get those toughened up a little bit. And if you play properly, it'll come right along. All right, so holding the ukulele correctly, thumb here. Okay, everything's beautiful. If you don't have a strap, you're just going to tuck this under your arm so it doesn't go anywhere. Everything is good. All right. That's step 1. If I can get you to hold it right, we've gone a long way. Now let's talk about the string names. Top string is a G string. It sounds like this. Okay, and try to make yours sound about like that. Okay, and if yours isn't exact, get it close. Okay, and you use these little tuners up here to make it either higher pitched or lower pitched. I'm already in tune pretty much, and so you want yours to sound like that. He says, I'm already in tune and haven't even double checked. My ear is pretty good, but not perfect. Let me put my tuner on here and make sure we're good. Okay. So try to get your top one to be that sound. Next one down is called a C string. And we want it to sound about like this. So try to get yours to sound about the same as mine. Okay. Next one down is an E string. That's your second one from the bottom. Let's hear that. That should sound about like this. And then finally, your bottom string, the string number 1 is this one. Okay. Okay. Now, in the beginning, tuning is really a problem. Okay, and especially on Zoom or over the internet, is really hard to get tuned. I would not worry about it too much today, but I'll give you some suggestions. One, get it close. George Clooney eats apples, or for those of you who've been around a while, you remember my dog has fleas. And so get it close. Then the way we double check if you're close enough, hold down, take your middle finger, hold down the top string in the 2nd fret. So these are your frets, 1 through whatever. Most of you have at least 12 frets. Well, all of you have at least 12 frets, and some of you have a few more. But you count up to the 2nd fret here. The fret is between the bars. Don't be on top of a bar, but in between them. And just hold your middle finger there. If you pluck it there, it will sound the same as the bottom string. Okay, so top string and bottom string. And then if you take your middle finger and you put it on the 4th fret, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 3rd string, it'll sound the same as the one below it. So that's strings 2 and 3. And then the last thing to double check is go to the second string in the 5th fret. It'll now sound the same as the one below it. Mine are a little bit off, but close enough for ukulele. Okay. Oh, this one's too high. A little bit closer. Okay.
Gary,
So, yeah.
just a quick question. As far as I know, you said being tuned up right now isn't super critical,
Yeah.
but it for people who are really new to like the whole thing, what do you recommend for tuning?
Okay, excellent question, guys. Thank you for that. So I just tuned it close enough. That's what I did. And that's pretty much how I live my life with ukulele. I'm going to get it close enough. But what you really want, this is a clip-on tuner. And this one's made by Snark, and it's the best one, right? They're $14 on Amazon, or you can come to my studio. I'll sell you one. You clip these on. And I'm going to see if I can get this where it's facing the screen, and you'll see how they work. So if I click my top string, there's a G, and that yellow line means, hey, you're a tiny bit off, you should fix that. Then if I click the C string, it gives me a C. And you see that blue line? That's what you want, right? And then the next one's an E string, okay? And then an A string. So that's something, cost you 14 bucks, 15 probably once you tax on it. But that's what I recommend. These things are amazing. And a lot of you guys, when you bought your ukulele, it came with a tuner, or do recommend you use them. The one that came with your ukulele is going to be way cheaper than this one is going to break, and they're not as accurate, but they're good enough, right? The other way is for free. I got my, this is my cat, by the way. You can download a free ukulele tuner on your phone. So if you have a phone, you download them. They all work the same. They listen to your ukulele, and they'll give you a meter on there. It'll tell you if you're in tune or not. The one that I use on my phone, I have Android, and the one that I use on here is called G strings. I thought that was funny. So I downloaded G strings as my tuner. And so that's on here. And then I've heard a lot of people on iPhones use one called Guitar Tuna, and that will tune your ukulele as well. But there's lots you just go into this app stores and just type in ukulele tuner, and it'll give you a lot of different choices, and you can try a few of them out. So there's that. The other way, obviously, if you have perfect pitch, you can go up to a piano or use a tuning fork and all that. Most of us do not have that, and so I don't necessarily spend a lot of time on that. For me, the big thing is today, since it takes a while for us to get tuned up. Today, we're not going to need to worry about it, okay? Because we're going to play in a certain way where you're going to be close. We're going to have fun, and then now, hey man, I got to spend a little bit more time getting tuned up. In the packet, I don't know if you guys have it in your packet. It should say somewhere George Clooney eats apples, and that's GCEA. And that a lot of you young kids don't know who George Clooney is. I can't believe it, but it's true. And so we're bringing George Clooney back. We're making him famous again by using George Clooney eats apples, and so that's going to be how we get tuned up. Again, don't spend too much time worrying about getting tuned exactly. And I would tell you, take that lesson into the rest of your life. If you worry too much about things, right, it slows you down. With ukulele, we're going to get it close. We're going to have a good time. And then whatever ends up happening after that is what we're going to do. So there's a long talk about tuning and holding the ukulele before we actually make any noise. And probably if you're new to ukulele, you're like, when are we going to play a song? And if you've been around in ukulele a while, you're like, yeah, what he's teaching you right now is super important. So how you hold it and getting the tuning close enough is pretty important. And again, like I said, these things make the tuning job much, much easier. And so you probably do want to get a clip-on tuner. Every single music shop, by the way, carries clip-on tuners now. And so you can go stop by anyone there locally and pick one up.
Hey, Gary,
yeah.
Quick question for you. So there are a few people in the chat who didn't get a packet, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
So we're wondering, I have what I think is the right chords, but they're in numbers. And I was going to post that in the chat, but I didn't know if you had a direct link that You could
Why
share
don't
in the
we?
chat for people when we
Yeah,
get to
those
that
of you
point.
guys, those of you guys in chat, you're obviously on the computer right now. I just why don't you just swing over to Jolly Roger Ukulele, Jolly Roger Roger ukulele.com, jollyrogerukulele.com. That's my main teaching website, and I'll share. Let me share my screen for you real quick, and I'll show you how to once you get there, what I would look for. So I'm going to share this screen here. Um, this is the main website that I teach from now, and when you get there, there's these skeleton guys that are holding ukuleles. They're supposed to make you feel like a pirate when you get here. This week, we are doing a lot of work. Obviously, it's St. Patrick's, so my more advanced class is using making a lot of music, doing that. But down here, if you'll just scroll down right where this bear is, you see this bear here, and go down just a little bit more to Thursday. That's today. And on the Thursday link right here, here's the book. Okay, and if you will click on that, click. That's the book I'm going to talk about here in just a second. It'll open up, and then you will have the most current packet with everything in it that I hand out. And so we'll be talking from this packet here for just a moment. Perfect opportunity for us to talk about it anyway. So from jollyrogerukulele.com, that is this website here. And once you get there, jollyrogerukulele.com, jollyrogerukulele.com, then just scroll down to where you see the bear, and then scroll down to Thursday underneath the bear, and it says, here's the book, exclamation point, and there's a PDF. If you'll just click on that, then you will get the most recent book. Those of you guys that are either not on your computer at the moment or whatever, you're not going to need to be for the rest of the class, but I do want you to feel like, hey, he's got the big idea here. On that packet, the important thing here, ukuleleorchestra.org, and my phone number are on here. That's the orchestra's website is here. And then I have my email address here as well. So you feel free to text me or email me about any questions that after class that you weren't able to ask. I'm always happy to answer those. Additionally, on this piece of paper is some information on the shop that I run. We call it World Domination Headquarters. There's ukuleles and stuff that I can get to you. The page 2 of that is important. George Clooney eats apples. This is George. So those of you who don't know, that's George Clooney. Isn't he dreamy? He back in 97, he was the sexiest man alive, and so he still is in my mind. And so George Clooney is who we're bringing back. Some of you guys don't know him. He sells coffee now. And so there's a bunch more information on here about how to tune your ukulele, exactly the stuff we just talked about, right? Here's the tuner I want you to buy, maybe download it onto a phone. Also, here with the little thing where I had you check and see if the strings sounded the same. Next page on here, I got Stuart on here. Stuart's our guy, right? Everybody loves Stuart. Stuart is holding his ukulele properly. And so his thumb is back here behind the neck, just exactly what I asked you guys to do. His ukulele is at about a 45-degree angle. Stuart's killing it, okay? And that's how I want you to play your ukulele. A few other things on there, just the same stuff we talked about. This is this piece of paper here, where honestly, I keep it in here for people who had piano lessons in their past. You don't need to know anything about it. And then in a little bit, we'll talk about Frere Jacques. So that's what we're going to get to there. So that's what's in the document that you guys can download there off of the website. And of course, as we have additional questions or you're struggling with that, let us know, and I'll make sure, even if we don't get to it today, I'll make sure you can have a copy of that available to you. Now, let's play ukulele. We're going to take your ukulele, we're going to take your ring finger, we're going to put it on first fret, I'm sorry, first string. First string is the one farthest away from your face, and third fret. 1, 2, 3, right there. Okay. We're learning the foundation of everything great in the world is a C chord on a ukulele, and so it's all downhill from here. Okay, and then we strum it. Okay. Okay. Now watch. I use my thumb, right, because I think it's pretty, but you can use your index finger and go down. Okay. Either of those work pretty well. And then when you go down, then of course you kind of want to come up. Okay, so we have your thumb come up, or if you're using your index finger, down and then up, down, up. Okay, let's get 4 beats going. 1, 2, 3, 4. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Row, row, row your boat right across the lake. Don't stand up and rock the boat. Oh, that's a big mistake. Okay, so that's it. That's it. Now you're playing ukulele. Okay, let's do another song. Let's see. That was just one, just my playing with my thumb. Let's use your index finger. When you use your index finger going down, you kind of want to hit. You want your the face of your fingernail to kind of be pointed toward the ground. Okay, like that. And then when you come back up, you use the pad of your fingers. Okay, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. 3 blind mice, 3 blind mice. See how they run, see how they run. They all went after the farmer's wife. She cut off their tails with a carving knife. Have you ever seen such a sight in your life as 3 blind mice? Okay, that's it. Okay. Now, when you get more advanced songs, you'll start switching chords over here. That's a whole separate class. Okay. And what we do with that is you look up the shapes of the chords. If you go onto my website, Jolly Roger Ukulele, there's hundreds of pieces of sheet music. They all have the chords written out on there, and you will be able to just grab the chords and play along, and everything's great. Now, probably pretty quickly here, you have figured out that I should not be singing. Okay. That's one of the things that is a great tragedy is I like to teach ukulele. I like to make music. I do not like to sing, and people don't like to listen to me sing. And so I'm going to teach you now how to play a different style. And this is the meat and potatoes of everything that I care about in ukulele is that if you want to sing, boy, we can just sing and strum and have a great time, and everybody gets along. You cannot be sad when you're doing that. It's impossible. I've tried and it just doesn't stick. So you end up having a fun time just singing and strumming. But over time, you may find out you're a crummy singer and you should stop it. And we're going to teach you how to have the ukulele do the singing for you. And so that's where I'm going to pull up a piece of paper. And if you guys will grab your Frere Jacques out of the packet there, if you have it, I will put it up here on the screen so you don't need to worry about it. And let me go share this screen for you. What I'm wanting you to pull up now is this document here. Okay, so if you got it in the packet from the library, yours will look very similar to this. And if you didn't, you can download it off of the booklet that I just had you download off of Jolly Roger Ukulele. This one says Rocky Mountain Ukulele Orchestra. Either of the websites, the Ukulele Orchestra website is our actually for the orchestra. And here in Denver, we leave the door open when it's about 80 players that come and play in concerts with us. 80 ukulele players all playing instrumental ukulele. It's a very unique thing in the world that we do. But if you're not in Denver, obviously you can't do that. So I make all of our material available for you so that you can learn to play it the way we play it in the orchestra. And what I want you to look at on this piece of paper is there's a baritone chord, and there's Frere Jacques and our website, and then some information on the song and all this. What really matters over here are 2 things. One, you see these little chord charts up here, and they say A, and they have some dots, and I'm going to show you how to use that in just a minute. And then underneath that, we have a thing called tablature. And when I give this to you, I will tell you it's going to be the greatest thing in your life that's ever happened. So first thing I want to do is talk about this A chord. Okay. And so now just take a look at that. It says A, and then there's a little grid under here with 2 dots, and then some little teeny tiny numbers under there. They're really hard to see. Let's see. Can I expand this? I can. So this is what I'm looking at here is that A chord with 2 dots, and then there's 2 empty dots. Those are open strings. The strings in this case are all going down. So string number 1 is on the right side. String number 4 is on the left side. And you're going to put your fingers in the 1st fret, 3rd string, and the second fret on the fourth string. So let me stop sharing. I'm going to show you what that looks like. Okay, so on the chord, it's like the chords like this, and there's a little dot here. I'm going to put my index finger there, and then there's another little dot here. Okay, that's your A chord. By the way, guitar players like playing in the key of A, and you're learning a song in the key of A. So you could actually, for a little bit, get along with guitar players. You'll find out guitar players are not near as fun as ukulele players. Index, middle. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with them. They're all serious all the time. So here's your A chord, looking like this, getting it in playing position, strum. All right. So it's a little different. Before we were doing a C chord. Okay, sounds a little like that. And then now you're doing an A chord. Again, if you're not perfectly in tune, it may sound a little off. Okay, it doesn't matter right now. Okay, we're just going to play. Let's play Frere Jacques. Okay, I don't want to give you the French lesson yet, so let's do the English version. Okay, from the top, 1, 2, ready, play. Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping, brother John? Brother John, morning bells are ringing, morning bells are ringing, ding, ding, dong, ding, ding, dong. That's it. I'm up on my screen here. I see Dakota, and she's just rocking out. Good job, Dakota. Nice work. So what we're wanting to do here is just pay attention. Hey, if I'm going to sing, and I'm going to use this chord, and I can do kind of whatever I want over on this hand. Since it's, there's beats in music, and there's 4 beats per measure in this, and there's a lot of things we would talk about in lesson 2. But in lesson 1, just keeping a nice steady pace with your right hand. It's going to make things sound really, really nice. Now, again, I had to sing, right? The melody's coming out of my face, and we've got to get that stopped. So I want to go back over to the piece of music. I'm going to go reshare my screen here, and we're going to go down, 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 down. The whole thing fit there. And what we're looking at now is the tablature line, 0240, 0240. Okay, so I need you just to, for a moment, memorize that idea, 0240, 0240. So you only have to memorize 0240, and then we're going to do it more than once. The other thing on tablature, this bottom line on here is the string closest to your face, and then the top line here next to ukulele is the string farthest away from your face. So we're going to be playing on the paper, it's the top string, but on your ukulele, it's the bottom string. It's one of the annoying things that happened in the universe, and we can't fix it now. I would if I could, but I can't. But we can't. There's actually a really smart reason why the top string on your paper is the bottom string on your ukulele, and we'll talk about that at some point in your life. Now, I want to warn you: once you learn to play tablature on ukulele, you can play tablature on all fretted instruments. So if I teach you this, you could go out and play banjo, and you're going to promise me you're not going to go play banjo because people won't like you if you play banjo. So just kidding. People love banjo, right? You could also play guitar. You could play mandolin. You can play balalaika, like the little bear on my website. He's playing a balalaika. So once I teach you how to read tablature, that's it. You're good for all fretted instruments. Remember, it says 0240. 0 means you're going to pluck the string open, just this one string. We're not going to strum now. We're just going to do one string. Take your thumb, 0. Okay. Then we're going to press 2, and we're going to put our middle finger on the 2, pluck that, and then we're going to press a 4. Use your pinky over here, hold that down, and then 0 again. So what we're doing is 0, 2, 4, 0, 0, 2, 4, 0. Open, middle, pinky, open, open, middle, pinky, open, open, middle, pinky, open, 0, 2, 4, 0, 0, 2, 4, 0. We're doing it a crazy number of times just to train our fingers. Turns out fingers are very conservative little creatures. They do not like to learn new ideas. They're just sort of stuck in their ways. And here we are teaching it a new idea, and your fingers are like, I don't like this. Why are we doing this? And you're like, trust me, it's going to be worth it. We're going to have a good time, us fingers and this ukulele. Okay? 0, 2, 4, 0. We're doing that a million times. Okay, so hopefully that's coming together. And here's why it didn't matter if your ukulele was tuned up. You're only playing one string, so it doesn't matter if all the strings are tuned up properly, as long as some sound's coming out. Now, let's talk about a couple of challenging. If you're getting this sound, it's probably because you might be pressing down on the metal part. So just make sure you're in the middle of the fret. And then sometimes you get that sound. Okay, I've made that sound a few times in my life. It's just because you're not pressing quite hard enough. Okay, and then this is the moment we've really dug our brain into this new idea. Double check where your thumb is. Is your thumb right behind where the middle finger is? That's where we want to make sure it stays. Okay. Okay, so now that's your first line, 0240, and then we're going to be back to it. Don't fret that we haven't finished that part up because we are going to be back to it. Let me share my screen again. The next part of the song, I'm going to scroll down, 0240. So we just played 0240, top line of the paper, bottom string on your ukulele. Let's go down here. Next one, top string on your ukulele again. Now we're going to play 457. 457. We're going to play that over and over and over. Okay, so 457. Just memorize 457. Okay, now I'm going to show you. We're going to take the index finger, slide down to fret number 4. Now your ukulele's got a dot on number 5. My dots are on the side of the ukulele over here. So, they're hard to see. You got a dot on 5 and a dot on 7. It's a good idea to memorize that dot. Fret number 5 has a dot and fret number 7 has a dot. Okay, because we're going to use fret number 4, and it's just easier to find your way around. So we're going to play 4, and then we're going to play 5, and then we're going to play 7. Okay, here we go from the top. Go. 4, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7, index, middle, pinky, index, middle, pinky, 4, 5, 7. Okay, do that a million times. Hopefully your sound is good. It does, I wouldn't worry overly if you're getting crummy sound, right? It gets better. It gets better. Okay, 457. Today's date, you've been learning to play ukulele now for about 20 minutes. So it's okay if you're not sounding exactly like a professional yet. Okay, 457. Then, all right, now here's the hard part, right? So far that felt kind of hard as it was, but let's go play. Whoops, let me go grab I'm eventually going to learn to hit the right button. Share my screen, go back over here. Grab the other screen. All right, this is the hard part. Okay, 797-540. So we just finished up 457. Now we got to remember 797-540. And for those of you with prior knowledge that took another instrument at some point in your life, these notes are eighth notes. We're going to ignore those for the moment. Okay, these are fast. Okay, this little bar along here, that means that we're going to have to play those fast. We're going to ignore that for right now. We can do whatever we want in music. We don't have to follow the rules, it turns out. I have yet to follow a rule in music, and I'm doing okay. So there's no music police, there's no art authority that's going to come and tell you have to play those fast. So we're going to play them slow. And the numbers are 797-540. 797-540. Let me unshare my screen. All right, here's how I want you to do it. Find your 7. You have a dot on number 7. So get on your fret number 7. Ring finger on the 7. Pinky on 9. So set pinky. So we'll do 797. So it'll be ring, pinky, ring. And then we're going to take the middle finger, put it back on 5. I'm looking at it going, am I holding down 5? 5. And then index on 4. And then open. So it's going to be ring, pinky, ring, middle, index, open. Okay, let's do a whole bunch of those and not fast. 7, 9, 7, 5, 4, open. 7, 9, 7, 5, 4, open. One more time. 7, 9, 7, 5, 4, open. And by the way, guys, sometimes you're teaching somebody else this exact thing, and there's never been anybody ever that I've met that I taught ukulele to that I did not teach this piece of music. That's that important to me, and because it teaches you how to pick a melody off of your ukulele. a lot of times I've taught, especially kids, they can figure it out without even looking at the paper. Right? They just know. They just will sit and figure it out, and that's okay too. My goddaughter, when I gave her her first ukulele, she's about 4 or 5, and it was at Christmas time. And by the time we left the house, she had already picked out Silent Night and First Noel and all these things. And I wanted to punch her in the face because I can't do that now after all these years. And so sometimes kids and some adults also have really good ears, and you can just sit and pick out the song without even looking at the paper. But luckily, I'm not that guy, and so I make lots of paper, and so there's plenty more where this came from on the website. Now, 797540. We talked about that. Now, here's the exciting part. Okay, this is the next. This is it. We're about to finish up this song. The last two measures. These are measures, by the way, that have vertical lines on them. The last two things that happen here is you're going to play a 0 on the first string, and then you get to do the exciting thing of playing a 0 on the second string, and then a 0 on the first string. So you see how the zeros switch from the top string here to the top line here to the second line. That means you play first string, second string, first string, first string, second string, first string. I will also point out on the piece of sheet music in the lyrics line here, I actually wrote what you're supposed to do. So open, middle, pinky, open, middle, pinky, open, index, middle, pinky, index, middle, pinky, ring, pinky, ring, middle, index, open, ring, pinky, ring, middle, index, open, first string, second string, first string, first string, second string, first string. Now, the song isn't quite as good when you sing it that way, but at least it gives you the general instructions of what you're supposed to do. Okay, so let's just double check. At the end of the song, we go first string, second string, first string, first string, second string, first string. Okay, guys, we're almost done. Okay, and then I'll give you some things to go into the future. We're gonna play this song. Okay, now it's possible that it might be too much for you, because you've now been working on it for a total of 3 minutes. So it's okay for you not to play everything. It's also okay. This is going to come as a shock to you, but it's okay to make mistakes. It really is. We in school they told you to stop making mistakes, and at work they told you to stop making mistakes. But in music, if you're not making mistakes, you're not making any progress, right? And so I have never, I don't think, ever played anything perfectly. Sometimes I get paid to be on stage and I'm still making mistakes, and you're like, goodness sakes, Gary, you should charge less. So we're going to be playing 0, 2, 4, 0. We're going to do that twice, and if you feel comfortable playing that part, just play that part. Okay, then we're going to slide up and we're going to play 4, 5, 7. And we're going to play that twice, and hopefully maybe you feel comfortable with that, maybe you don't. Just play the first part or play the second part. Hopefully you'll play both parts. And then the hard part, 7, 9, 7, 5, 4, open. We'll play that twice. That's the hard part. I will try my best to play that. And if you guys are like, that's too much, I'm going to skip. Then everybody at the end should play first string, second string, first string, first string, second string, first string. When we get all of you guys playing together simultaneously, the entire city of Loveland is going to erupt in joyous applause. Okay, so just be ready. Okay, you're gonna hear it because everybody in Loveland is playing the same two notes at the same time. Let's go from the top, very slow. Those of you with prior knowledge, I need you to ignore those eighth notes from the top. 1, 2, ready, play. 0, 2, 4, 0, 0, 2, 4, 0, 4, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7, 7, 9, 7, 5, 4, 0, 7, 9, 7, 5, 4, 0. First string, second string, first string, first string, second string, first string. Listen for the applause. Entire city's going wild. Woo! Haley's going wild. That's it. Okay. Now, that's what you're supposed to do. Okay. I'm going to play it at full speed. This is your homework assignment. Okay. The minute we log off, you just stay there and you just play this. Okay. Here's your goal. And first takes about a week to get it up to speed. Yay, right? And so that's your goal, is to be able to, now you notice nothing was coming out of my face, and didn't just sound so happy, it just made you like, oh, thank God he's not singing. And that's what reading tablature allows you to do, is you let the ukulele sing the song for you. Now, I'm going to do one last thing. Guys, everybody grab your A chord. Okay, that's what I want you to do. Okay, just grab your A chord, index here, middle here. Okay, we're going to do a duet, and then we're going to be done for the day, except for I got to give you a little more homework. Okay, here's your duet. You're grabbing A, 4 strums per measure. 1, 2, 3. No matter what I do over here, if I make a mistake, you keep going, right? I'm counting on you to help me. You're actually being the drummer in addition to being the chord person. So 4 beats. I'll give you a 4-beat counting, and then I will play the melody. We're going to play duet. This will sound amazing at your house because you're playing the chords, I'm playing the melody, nobody's singing. It's just pure instrumental. This is absolutely the exact thing we do in the Rocky Mountain Ukulele Orchestra. A little bit higher level, but the same exact concept. Okay, I'm going to play melody. You're going to play the chords. We're going to be great together. From the top, 4 beats each. Start your A chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so last thoughts here before we turn it over for questions and what have you. I taught you how to hold the ukulele. I taught you how to tune the ukulele, sorta, and I taught you how to hold your chords, strum and sing, which is the main thing ukulele players do in the beginning. And then I also taught you how to stop singing and play an individual melody by reading tablature. Now, all of this stuff is not going to happen to you in 30 minutes, right? This does take a little bit of work to where you can feel comfortable with it. And that's why I have the rest of the book there for you. And I want to just take you a very brief tour of the other things on here. First of all, um, Frere Jacques is not unimportant. I teach everybody that song because it's that helpful to everything else that comes afterwards. You have in your packet "Happy Birthday." It's exactly on here, exactly what you think. You've got some much more complicated chords to learn. You also have the ukulele melody line, just like I just taught you with Frere Jacques. This one goes. Sorry. Come on, Gary. All right. Let me play again. I know how to play Happy Birthday. So I just made a mistake and I'm teaching the class. So you can see, but it's sitting right there for you, ready for you to play. There's a super secret song called My Spaghetti Monster. And yeah, if you take class 2, if you come take a class from Jolly Roger Ukulele, which are free, I will teach you how to play that. And then we also strummed 3 Blind Mice today, guys, with the C chord. And then so we did that. But notice I also on this piece of paper also give you the ukulele tablature line. So if you hate singing, you can just play the ukulele tablature line. Also on this book that's on the website, I'm not sure it was included with the stuff you guys got. I've got some stuff to help you practice your C chords. Waltzing Matilda and Soft Kitty are on this. Those of you guys that know Big Bang Theory, that piece of music is from that. Also on this, a lot of people ask me, hey, do you have Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen? And that's on here. Kookaburra, if you were a Girl Scout, you probably know the song Kookaburra. And then at the end of this song, Over the Rainbow, everybody wants to do this song. I don't know why, because you can't do it as good as Israel Kamakaole sings it. And so, but anyway, you have that in the packet as well. Plus, there's another very cute video out there that was famous for a little while called Lava, where two volcanoes fall in love. And there's a lovely little ukulele song that's pretty easy to play. And so I give you that in that packet as well. So that's what's in there. Plenty to keep you busy over the next couple of weeks. The other thing I'd recommend, guys, on the website, let me go grab the actual website again. Here. How do I get back there? Hold on. Let me do this. Let me not share that one anymore. Let me share this, this, and then I'll share chink, 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 and chink. On the website here, there are several things that I think you might want to draw your attention to. One, every single day, every single weekday, I should say, Monday through Friday, I give 2 different ukulele lessons. I give a foundations lesson at noon Colorado time for beginning ukulele foundations, and we start with Frere Jacques. And the next foundation class begins March 29th. So if you want to start from the ground, it's absolutely free. You just show up to the website. Here's the link. You click on the link. It takes you to a YouTube video where we're live and I teach you how to play ukulele the instrumental way. So that's something to think about. Those of you guys who've been around a while and you have your ukulele in good shape, at 1 o'clock, I teach the tough ukulele. That's for next level players. All this week, we've been playing a lot of Irish music. We work on arpeggios. We've been playing some Tin Pan Alley music. So there's a ton of stuff you can see. This is our Friday concert. This is what we're going to play tomorrow. All of these songs here, Ash Grove, Danny Boy, Last Rose of Summer, Melville Castle, and so on. So we're doing a ton of stuff every single day, not Saturday and Sunday, because those are the days I sit around and feel sorry for myself. And so Monday through Friday is when we get to get the ukulele done. I also have orchestra meetings. We used to just have those here in town live, but we decided, heck, let's just keep them going. And so we have that going on here. And we're playing jazz on Monday nights. It's always Monday nights, 7 p.m. Colorado time, where we are playing, La Vie en Rose and Moon River and all that kind of stuff. Beautiful jazz music. I'm also giving harmonica lessons at 11 a.m. Colorado time and guitar lessons at 10 a.m. Colorado time. So there's a ton of stuff. And by the way, everything is free. Everything is free except for the Monday night session with the orchestra. That's this section here. It's all free. So there's no reason to not at least go wander through the website and take a look at what we're doing with ukulele here. And I think, generally speaking, if you want to play ukulele, I teach you all of the possible ways to play ukulele, and then you take it from there and figure out what's important to you and what's not important to you. And I teach you the ways to play if you like singing, and I also teach you the ways to play if you hate singing. So and that's what I know about ukulele today. And so I think I'll wrap it up there. And then if you guys absolutely have questions, I'm here for as long as we need to be. I'll turn it over to Haley and she'll let us know if you've got questions. Of course, I can look at the chat too here, I think. So.
Thank you so much, Gary. I am so excited. I didn't have my ukulele with me today, but
I
I'm
noticed. I noticed, Haley.
I know I was like totally unprepared. But I'm really excited to practice. So thank you so much for your excitement around this. I haven't seen any questions in the chat, but I think we're at a point where if you do have a question, you could unmute yourself.
Yeah, feel free to unmute yourself, raise your hand, put something in chat bar, whatever you're comfy with, and let's see what you got.
And maybe while people are thinking, I just want to let y'all know that the Loveland Library does have ukuleles to check out. So if you don't own one, you can borrow one from us just to try it out. And then if you didn't have the booklet and you don't have a printer at home, we would be happy to print one for you next time you guys are in. So just check in with the children's desk. And then I heard somebody kind of start talking. Go ahead.
How can we get the booklet?
So she'll have copies at the library, and you guys can stop by the library and pick that up if you want, or go to jollyrogerukulele.com, and the booklet is right there under the Thursday classes.
Okay.
Okay, thanks for asking, Allie. Plus, I should mention, guys, I do a terrible job of advertising this, but there are almost 300 pieces of music on that website. All of them are arranged for both singing, for playing just one, like, how we played a little duet there where I played melody and you played chords. They're set up to play that way. And there's also a third line on there, which we don't talk about in this class, called Tough Uke, where we actually combine chords and melody at the same time. And that way you sound super professional right off the bat. And I started teaching people that right away the very first week in ukulele, because I know that at least for those of you who you want to play at the high level and you want your ukulele to be really beautiful sounding, you want to put chords and melody together at the same time. And frankly, in the packet, the song that's called My Spaghetti Monster, that's exactly what it's designed to do, is to teach you how to play chords and melody at the same time. So yeah, please feel free to go and pilfer as much of that off of the website as you want. It's there for your use. It's all public domain. I'm not protective of anything there. The stuff that isn't public domain, the stuff we work on Monday night, is behind a subscription wall, but everything else is open and free, and you're welcome to not borrow it, take it, steal it, hand it out, give it to other people, use it with your friends. And along with that, don't hesitate to toss me an email and say, Gary, I want to know more about ukulele. What do you got? And I'm happy to help you get started on that. Anybody else?
I'm not seeing anything in the chat. Lots of thank yous.
You're absolutely welcome.
Yeah. And I don't see anybody else. Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Haley. Thank you, Cindy, for setting this up. And like I said, don't hesitate to get contact. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I will see all of you guys somewhere down the road in ukulele land.
Yes. Thank you so much, Gary. Have a great day.
Have a wonderful day, everybody. Thank you.